Collate Solutions is back with Collate Solutions engineer Keya Karimian. How you doing, buddy?
Shawn, how are you? Looks like you're getting more grays with each video. What's going on with that?
Can you see the gray?
A little bit,
I,
yeah. Showing through the black.
I thought I used some of what is that, Grecian formula or something? I think it's a lost cause at this point.
Let it go, man. Just let it go. Let it go.
um, and and on that note, we've got a fun one today. Well, they're all fun, of course. When you and I are together, I've been wanting to do this for a while now. Namely, what does it look like to have Tableau connected to Collate? How does that work? What am I getting? Why do I want to do it? And I want to go on that journey with you, Keya. If we can get into the small world boat and go down that musical river.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I love musical rivers. So when we talk about Tableau and ingesting that into Collate, we're getting a lot of value out of it. We're bringing in projects, reports, dashboards, and all sorts of things we can gain insights to. The number one use case we have for dashboard services, as we call it, when you hear dashboard services in Collate, we're talking about BI tools. So the main use case for these dashboard services is to connect them in lineage. So when we talk about lineage, you think about where data has been and where is it going. But it's not just metadata data. This is, going and fueling reports and dashboards downstream. So we'll take a
Right.
quick that here today too. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at our sandbox Tableau environment, which we don't really have much, just a bunch of dummy data that we use for testing. But we're going to look at that and
Okay.
then say, okay, what does it take to connect to Collate? So how does that sound?
That sounds good. And I think instead of you driving me through it, you've got everything kind of set up. So for the sake of time, why don't we go through what you've got set up and take a
No
look?
problem. I will share my screen. So before I start, I actually want to start over here at the docs page. Our docs are public facing, so anyone can go in there. The reason I'm coming here is to show you what is possible with our Tableau connector. Well, as you can see, a lot of green up here. That means we support every possible dashboard feature that Collate has. So we're talking about charts, lineage, the owners are coming in, tags are coming in, the project name, column lineage for the column level reporting. Then we have usage and even reverse metadata. So if you don't know, reverse metadata is super helpful because we
Yeah.
set the tags in Collate and then you're able to actually push back up. So if you have Collate and you're interested in that, feel free to reach out to the sales director that you work with. They'll be happy to teach you more, or even myself. That being
Cool.
said, let's get started. So we have our Tableau environment here. Like I said, don't have a lot of realistic expectations. We have a few projects here, connect to some dashboards, things like that. So all for testing purposes. We don't actually use Tableau here in Collate native. So we are here at Collate now. This is my demo sandbox environment where I use to show off different features. So the first place we go to is our settings because we want to go to our services up here. And we want to add a new what's called dashboard service. Remember the dashboards that I said with BI tools. So we click on add new service up here in the top right. And click on Tableau. As you can see, all of these dashboard services we provide out of the box. Today we're talking about Tableau. And we're going to name this service, you know what? Let's call it Shawn's Tableau server. That way, if anything
Nice.
breaks, we know who to blame it on, right? All right, so now we're in the Tableau service page where we're going to create our connection. So the first thing I want to point out here is this ingestion runner. So you can see right now we have only one option because we're a SaaS implementation. But what if you
Mm.
had a hybrid solution? Some of our clients have a hybrid setup, which means that although your Collate instance is hosted in the cloud as a SaaS platform, you still have
Mhm.
an agent on-prem, and that agent helps to connect to on-prem data sources. So if you use Tableau Server as opposed to Tableau Cloud, you might need to choose your runner here. So just something to keep in mind. Okay, so now we need our hosted port. So I click on this, it gives me a little hint. It says, well, it needs to be configured this way, HTTPS with a trailing slash. So if I go over here and get my URL from this side.
Context help there on the right is actually really handy. People need to take
Absolutely.
advantage of that if they're not.
Yeah, and as you can see, every time I click on the next one, it takes you to the next one. Maybe that one doesn't have one. But if I go here, it gives you a little bit of hint here. So as you can see what I just did, I changed it from basic auth to token auth. We like to use
Okay.
personal access tokens because it's just more secure. We don't want to be letting users individually do actions in Collate. We want to be able to have a service account do that for us. So we all usually want to set up a service account. And how we create this token, and I believe if I haven't showed, we start from the home page here. We come into here. We go to our account settings in Tableau. We scroll all the way down. There's a personal access token here. And I'm just going to revoke and create, actually, revoke this one, create it again. But not let me do the same note. But I'm going to do collate demo. Okay. And then it provides my secret to me, which you guys can't see. But I'm going to copy this secret. I'm going to come back here into this page. And this first input is going to be our token name. So my token name is collate demo. And my secret key is that right there. Now, moving forward, you can see site name, pagination limit. You can set all these if you like. They're optional. But maybe you want to ingest only a certain site, or certain sites. You can do that here. And then
Okay.
you want to establish SSL verification, you can do that too for our connectivity purposes. So now the next step is to obviously test that connection. We're going to make sure that we can talk to it and everything is set up properly.
Makes sense.
All right. So now we see that we're able to connect. We have successful permissions to all of these. And maybe if you see a failed one, make sure your service account has those permissions. And again, you can refer back to our doc site under requirements to see exactly what's needed from that aspect. All right.
Excellent.
So let's press OK. And I've actually already ingested quite a few things, but let's go ahead and press next here. And here we'll be able to filter out anything like things like including or excluding certain dashboards, charts, or data models, even projects you can filter out. It's not just individual ones. You can also use regex expressions here to better filter.
Okay.
So if you wanted like
Nice.
lead dashboards that had a certain character starting, like test or something like that, you can do it that way as well.
Okay. Cool.
And of course, there's an error that comes up during a demo, but it's all right because we're used to it at this point. So agent one. So we come over here to our agents. We'll see the one that's set up as metadata agent. And if I click on add agent right here, you see add metadata agent is the only one there. Now, if you've been using Collate for quite some time, you'll know that database services have like 7 agents here or something like that are available to you.
Yeah.
With most dashboard services, it's just one because our metadata agent brings in everything we need for metadata and really lineage because we pull those connection strings and queries and things like that to better hook up our sources together. So
Okay.
looks like this is queued right now. It's automatically kicked off. And we'll give it a couple minutes here to complete. All right, great. So now we can see we have a successful run and we brought in 89 new objects. So let's go see what those objects look like. If I go back to my dashboards right here, I can see I have 6 dashboards, all differently named, and I can start going into them and seeing further into the details of charts, projects, things like that. So a lot to show here. Now, when we talk about lineage, you can see right out of the bat, we have Tableau to Tableau lineage. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, remember earlier I was talking about cross-source lineage. It's one of the biggest use cases. We want to see what data sources are fueling these BI tools, these BI reports. So
Yeah, because
as
they can
long
pull
as
from a lot of different places, right?
exactly. Even before those data sources, there may have been other data sources down the line. So we really want to see that end to end. So because of that, I have a really good example here. So here I'm at a database table called customers. This is in Redshift. And you can see after this table, it goes downstream to other Tableau instances. These are not the ones we set up already, but this is possible out of the box. Okay. And for those of you that are watching just to figure out how to be able to do this, I'm going to show you real quick and then we'll be done. So to set this up from a data source to a BI tool, it's supported out of the box. What you have to do is go to your data source, go to your service, go to your agents, go to your lineage agent or create one if it isn't already created. Go to your edit. Let's go all the way down to this cross database service names. And here, what you're going to do is put in your BI service name. So in this example, if I was connecting to our new one, it would be connecting to, I would put in Shawn's Tableau server, just like that.
That's how that works.
Yep. And then once you run the lineage agent from your data source, it should connect it to. Quick, dirty overview of Tableau and Collate. So you can see a lot is possible. You get more details on that doc side I mentioned earlier. And
Here,
yeah, in a nutshell.
that lineage flow, super useful. Just to see, what ended up comprising this in a visual way, in a succinct way, quickly. You can just see, oh, okay. And then, like, if there's an error or something, you can see something's broken. I like that. Thank you, Keya.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem.
Until next time, then.
See you guys. Bye-bye.